him going up and down in weight. Maybe that had something to do with his cardio. Now he's been at 85 for a while. He's been building up his muscle. See him working out with Aaron Pico over at the training lab in with Sam Calavita and those guys.
Mm-hmm.
He looks fantastic. He physically looks like a damn giant. His back, his neck, all of it. So this is gonna be one of those fights. He goes out there and dominates DDP. Everyone's gonna be like, holy shit, he's the real deal.
Well, if he goes out and dominates DDP, everyone's going to be wrong.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole lot of people saying, nope, DDP is going to be the guy coming out on top in that fight. So it's going to be interesting to see. I obviously either guy can win it.
Yeah, the betting odds don't agree with that. They're saying that Chimaev's going to win the fight.
I'm just saying, look, I'm being honest. I go with the betting odds.
Do you really?
I do. I picked Chimaev to win that fight.
Okay. Okay. Wow, you're full on this. You're just giving out your pick right off the bat, huh? Not even talk about the fight first. Not even break anything down.
Sorry about that.
Give me your analysis of how you see Chimaev getting it done, and does he get it done in the first 3 rounds?
He might. And this is the whole thing. I gotta look and say, look, I got nothing but respect for Dricus. He is he's an outstanding fighter. He's tough. He has shown how tough he is. He will take an ass whipping, and I think he's going to take an ass whipping in the first couple rounds. The speed is going to be a big difference, and you're going to see the difference. I'm not saying that Dricus is slow. He's not, but he's not as fast as Chimaev. And Chimaev's movement, and especially the way he shoots, he's going to get Dricus down, within the first minute and 30 of the fight. And at that point, he's so good. And this is one of the things he does. The way he sets up his takedown, he'll get into his opponent and he'll switch to the back all the time. And once he switches to the back in the way that he does it, it's trouble for whoever his opponent is at the time, because he just, that there's times when there's guys that just have a position. Randy Couture's position was half guard. And he was so good at keeping guys in that half guard. He would press down, he locked the leg, he'd press down with his hips, and they couldn't move. Well, it's the same thing with Chimaev when he gets to that back position on his opponent. He puts an incredible amount of pressure. He doesn't always use his hooks, but he does a ton from that position. And he has now really opened himself up with, he used to really start to go for the submission right away. Now he's going towards the strikes, and he's going towards hitting people with elbows. These are all things, when you get hit with those, you can sit there and say you survived the round, but it did damage you. So the next time you come out for that second round, you're not quite the same fighter that you were when it started off. And now it happens again in the second round. Now you're even more diminished as a fighter. And I just look at the fact that I think Dricus is in that position where he's good on the ground. He is not near as good as Chimaev. And people can sit there and bullshit all they want. He does have a good ground game. Chimaev's got a better one. And you can go off of that. Josh, you can take a look at what he did with Luke Rockhold just in grappling. And how
you're
good.
Talking about practice.
Stop.
You're talking about practice.
Stop. Okay, when he handles Luke that way, it's telling you the level of what he is. And he's proved it in the cage. He's done it, when we've watched him in tape, in practices and stuff. The guy is freaking special. I'm just going to say it. I've watched him too many times, and there's a reason why he's undefeated. Now, he does have those things that you look at and you go, he gets tired. Yes. But I think he has done everything he could to button up those holes. And I just think that this is going to be his night.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. Look here, I can see why.
You want to come to my side?
I do.
Okay.
But here's the thing that's keeping me from coming to your side. DDP is the guy that we've been counting out since before he won the title.
I agree.
And every time we count him out, he finds a way to win. He makes it a dogfight. And look, Chimaev he's very talented. I just saw this clip of someone put a stat out. Basically, every single one of his fights, the fights hit the ground in under 40 seconds. he's gotten his takedown.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive because now you got to survive 4.5 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it is, whenever it was. And I think he's got 7 or 8 fights, I think, in the UFC. All of them, it's in the first round, they've hit under a minute. They've hit the ground in double legs, or not double leg, but in wrestling, they've hit the ground. Whether he controlled it or not, was able to get back up, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's gotten the takedown in the first minute.
Yep.
Now, if you can't get up and you end up with him on your back, you end up with him on side control or 3/4 mount, whatever it is, you're in a lot of damn trouble for 4.5 minutes. So I've always said this. I have not seen a big enough sample size on Chimaev to against top level competition. Robert Whittaker was that one top level competition guy for us to get the sample size out of. And Robert's been on the downslide. I don't want to take anything away from Chimaev and the dominant performance he had, but he's kind of been a little bit on the downslide. He's getting a little bit older. It wasn't his fight. He's had that problem before with his mouth. It's keeping me guessing. It's keeping me from wanting to go to the Chimaev side. Everyone's counting DDP out. I'm not ready to do it. I'm just not ready to do it. And I'm not saying it's not going to be a great fight, but until I see a big enough sample, I know he's fighting for the title, but I said, look, the UFC, I've said it all night tonight, the UFC's job right now is to take the guy who's undefeated, who has got a following, and make him a star. Well, he's made himself a star by beating guys and doing it in dominant fashion, doing a great job. But he has never fought someone like DDP. I don't think anyone is really, like, a lot of these fighters that have fought DDP, like, man, you're the most herky-jerky, unorthodox fighter. Like, it's hard to find guys to fight like you. And so, will that throw Chimaev off? Will the strength and size of DDP, even though we just watched that video, it didn't look like
is the strength and size going to affect it? No.
Is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? Is it going to be an effect? Is there going to be a problem there? I don't know. John, this fight, to be honest, look, this fight interests me so much because, like I said, I haven't seen a big enough sample size of Chimaev against top level competition, and Dricus is always counted out. Chimaev, everyone's like, man, he's just going to walk through these two, and he's done a great job of doing that. So when I look at this fight, I go, man, this sets up to be a perfect champion silences the critics kind of moment, right? Like, I don't know. It's one of those moments. Or you have the guy that rises and just shuts Josh Thompson up. Exactly what it is. I'm not a Chimaev hater. I enjoy watching DDP fight, but this is one of those fights that really does interest me because I have no damn idea how it's going to go. None.
I understand what you're saying to a point, but like you said, everybody that Chimaev has fought, he's taken down fast. Kamaru Usman can wrestle.
Yeah.
Okay. Took him down fast. Okay. He's going to take DDP down. And DDP knows it. He's said it. Yeah, he's gonna take me down. Okay. And it is about how do you get up? Because if there's one thing that you can watch, and you can watch it when he fought Kevin Holland. Kevin did a beautiful Granby roll when he was taken down. And you watched Chimaev just eat it up and stay with him and roll through it. And I was like, damn, that was a great move by Kevin Holland. And he got nowhere with it. And this is what I'm talking about. His level of grappling is incredibly high. And I'm not saying that, again, not saying that Dricus doesn't have good grappling, but it doesn't reach the level of Chimaev's. And when I know that the fight's going to hit the ground, and I know he's going to take damage. And if there's one thing I've seen in Dricus, he absorbs damage good, but he shows it. He wears it. He does lump up. He's not like a BJ Penn, who for a lot of his career would take shots and you couldn't tell. No. He's more like a Fedor Emelianenko. He shows it. Mm-hmm. And so how is that going to have an effect on the fight? Again, you're absolutely right. Dricus doesn't get the credit he deserves. He has fought tough people. He has come away with wins. He hasn't fought anyone with the skill set that Chimaev has, and that's the reason I'm going with Chimaev.
You use the Kevin Holland as an example, right? But Kevin Holland, if you recall, made 170, and then the day before, and then fought Chimaev at 180 something. So that was when Chimaev missed weight. They weren't scheduled.
You're right. Chimaev weighed in at 178, and Kevin moved up. But again, that has nothing to do.
John,
I'm not saying it was the way. What Kevin did when he was being taken down was right.
Okay.
It was the right technique to use.
Absolutely. Let me give you another devil's advocate. Usman struggled in that first round, got taken down, got mounted, he was really struggling in that first round with Chimaev.
Yeah.
He survived.
Yes, he did.
Took the fight on
Why?
short.
Why? Because he's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, but he's not. He is not used to being on his back either. And he was mounted, and DDP has been on his back. He knows how to survive on the bottom as well, and he can work his way to getting back to the top. I don't know if you've seen that video of him grappling all these guys from Dagestan and other areas, and in grappling matches and having success. So I don't think I agree with you that Chimaev is the better wrestler. I agree with you. He's probably the better grappler in terms of grappling. But I'm like, he was not able to fight. He was not able to finish Usman, not as if Usman's a slouch, but literally coming on 5 days notice or however much it was and coming in and fighting Chimaev. He wasn't able to finish him in the first when he had him mounted, had him in 3/4 mount. He was putting it on him and then started to lose the fight in the third round. So DDP, like I said, that's where that's where I'm struggling with my choice on who I would pick. Because Chimaev going to get I'm actually not going to make a pick because I know I'm going to get destroyed. Podcast Dave is on my side. Do not make a pick. I love this matchup. I think this is what makes our sport so great is matchups like this.
So you're saying DDP is going to win?
John, don't put words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just saying that you were saying DDP is going to win.
No, I never said that.
Yeah, everything you've said so far is saying that you're going with DDP.
DDP is someone you can't overlook, like you're overlooking him right now.
I am not overlooking it.
You're completely overlooking him. You already said you didn't even give the analysis, the fight analysis and breakdown. You said I'm taking Chimaev. So you completely overlooked DDP.
I'm going against a whole lot of people that are saying that I'm crazy.
I'm super excited about this fight because it's the unknown. The unknown of Chimaev. How good is he in rounds 3, 4, and 5 in championship rounds against somebody like a DDP that's very just unorthodox and tough to deal with, whether it's on the ground, on the feet, herky-jerky, heavy leg kicks, all of those things. When DDP throws a kick, it like knocks people off balance. He's got like heavy hips or heavy thighs. It really kind of makes it difficult for them to sit down on their punches and land good shots. Whereas Chimaev, people are they're overlooking his striking. He's got good striking. His striking's fantastic. Not
according to DDP's coach.
Yeah. And
we went over that.
That's why we talked about coaches shouldn't say too much going on. So, but this is going to be one of those fights. I can't pick a winner. I have no idea. I am leaning towards DDP, but I can't pick a winner.
Okay.
I can't, just because, like I said, for me, it's the unknown. But this is what makes our sport so great because there's so many different ways both these guys can win.
Yeah, there is.
So if you guys use that link down below in the descriptions, they'll send you a bonus package for every single purchase. That's compliments of the Weigh In podcast. So hope you guys enjoy that.